Welcome to Learning and Development's Women in Leadership series. My name is Shannon Krowicki, and I'm the Learning and Development Specialist here at Goodwill Industries of Southern New Jersey and Philadelphia. For today's session, I have the pleasure of introducing Juli Lundberg, Vice President of Corporate Communications and Board Secretary. Juli, thank you so much for joining me today. Can you please introduce yourself to our audience and give a brief overview of your job here at Goodwill?
My name is Julie. I am the Vice President of Corporate Communications and our Board of Trustees Secretary. And my job duties here include things like media relations, social media, community relations, website development, publications, special events, kind of signage projects, and a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it sounds like you wear a lot of different hats. So what inspired you to pursue your career?
Okay, so I really grew up enjoying writing. I like to write. So I went to college and I was actually a journalism major. And I had thought about becoming a reporter because I like to write and put stories together and fact check and all that good stuff. And while I was in college, I took different, I took economics, I took marketing, I took public relations, and then I stumbled on a project that I really loved. It was a class project and it was organizing a real golf tournament. And we did everything from, promoting it to recruiting the golfers to raising lots of money to execution. And I realized that I could, in the realm of public relations, I could utilize my writing capabilities with a lot of other stuff. And I kind of fell in love with it then. I went straight through, got my master's in corporate communications at Rowan. I actually worked in their public information office during graduate school, which paid my tuition, which was fantastic. And that's kind of how it all began.
That's awesome. So I went to Rowan too, and I majored in writing arts there. So that's
Oh,
pretty cool.
interesting. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. If you could go back to the start of your career and give yourself advice, what would it be?
What would it be? I guess just to keep learning and staying on the cutting edge in terms of trends and technology. Oh my gosh, things have changed a lot since I started this. I mean, it used to be we just had the mainstream media to deal with, and now we have this whole social media landscape that is, both a good thing and a bad thing. There's a lot of misinformation out on socials. Just staying abreast of trends is, I think, the number one thing in many professions is just staying informed.
But I'm always trying to, you know, learn what's out there. I'm always on LinkedIn doing different learnings and just
Mhm.
staying on top of what's new and what's coming out. Can you share a moment in your career where you felt especially empowered or proud of your accomplishments?
To come up with one moment is really difficult. In my prior life before Goodwill, I worked at a PR agency in Philly, and I did some really exciting projects for, Melita Coffee and Willow Grove Park Mall and the Philadelphia Zoo. Some exciting things but really the thing I'm most proud of is coming here. When I came to Goodwill, they had never had a PR person. They had never had a marketing person. So I basically showed up and I had an empty desk. There was nothing to go on. There was absolutely nothing. And to come here when we were at that point, we're going back more than 25 years, we had maybe 8 stores. We were doing maybe 8, 9 million in operating revenue. And to fast forward to today, where we're at, we have 25 stores, some 35 donation centers. We have 11 plus training centers. And we're just transforming lives left and right for the people we serve. So I don't really have a moment, but I'm proud of how far we've come. It's truly that goodwill, proud feeling that, I get to be a part of this and I get to engage with people and constantly promote our mission and what we do.
That's amazing. And it sounds like you really built everything from the ground up, your department, right?
Right.
Yeah. Cool. Is there one piece of advice that you've received throughout your career that has really stuck with you?
One piece of advice is always anybody that knows me knows like I'm a real stickler for grammar. Actually sent Jeremiah and Denise a email this morning, and I found a typo after I sent it, and I hate typos. So it's always proofreading, fact checking, and I would again go back to just staying abreast on trends, networking, and just overall treating others the way you want to be treated, and building great relationships with members of the media, but also the community in my job, doing clothing drives and that kind of stuff. It's all about the relationship building. So
Mhm.
those would be my key takes.
Awesome. I'm the same way with grammar, being a writing major. I'm like, wait, was that comma supposed to be there?
Yeah, I mean, mistakes happen, and a lot of people here will bring things, if it's whether it's a proposal, a grant, or something. Hey, will you proof this? And they know I do have a pretty wicked eye, but I make mistakes too. And I
Oh
always
yeah.
have people, if I'm sending something out, I come on, can you take a look? I've read it so many times now, but yeah, I'm a stickler for that.
Yes, definitely. How do you support and uplift other women in the workplace?
Well, I would just say here at Goodwill, we're a tight knit workforce here in Maple Shade and corporate. I mean, we you know, most of us have some longevity here. And I can honestly say that we all have each other's backs. I mean, whether it's male or female, we have each other's backs all the time. We're a team. When I need something, people are willing to give, and when people need something, I'm willing to give. I would even go as far as to say I feel like COVID, the pandemic, we had a essential worker staff that reported to work every day in Maple Shade, and I think we all kind of grew closer and inspired each other. Even sitting down for lunch 6 feet apart every day. Um, but I think it's just the camaraderie is what we do to inspire each other. Is we work well together. We have a nice workplace, and we'll always have each other's back.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for anyone who's watching this interview and aspires to be in your position one day or take your similar career?
Sure. Well, I think number one is Goodwill has a lot of great programs for employees as far as education goes. I mean, we have our CEO and our HR team behind this 100%. We have the employee education fund. We have tuition reimbursement. So if you're really interested in getting into something PR marketing related, go to a community college, take some sample classes, see what you like. And I would say that it's about building a portfolio too, and you can do that now. I mean, you can volunteer for an organization, whether it's your church and they're hosting a casino night or a bingo night, or maybe it's your child's school and they need support fundraising for their local play. A lot of schools have plays, and they build the play bill, and they need to get corporate sponsorships. Or maybe it's your son's, well, this is what I do, lacrosse team or something, and they need to get sponsorships, they need to get publicity. Get involved with things like that, and it'll allow you to build your portfolio and your leadership, just showing yourself as a leader. So those would be probably the main things. Just take advantage, get involved, and always ask questions, be curious, and don't hesitate to call people in that field to say, hey, how'd you get your start? Or, how could I do this?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking your time out of your day to talk with us today.
My pleasure.